Hello guys, Bobby Drives here. So today I've got Tesla Model S 75D. Now personally I'm really proud to have this because it's the first time I've driven a Tesla and to have a fully electrical car on this channel. So we're going to look around the features from the inside and outside, get to know the car a little bit more. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and do follow me at Bobby Drives on Insta. Guys, let's take you a tour around the car. The lights just flashed because it realised I'm not in the car anymore and it's locked itself. Starting with the wheels, these are multi-sport spoke 19-inch alloys. Now I'm surprised because they actually look smaller than 19, but you can go all the way up to 21-inch on these wheels. Now you can get different specs on this, so this is the lowest of the specs. This is a 75D. You can get a 90D and a P100D. The P100 is obviously the big powerful one. And that's got like over 600 brake horsepower. And in this particular car, you do get 328 brake horsepower, meaning it'll get you 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds and a top speed of 140 miles an hour. Now, when I was doing my research, I still find it really bizarre how this has no cylinders or no valves. There's no engine at all, it's just all electric. The good thing about this, you've got a range of just over 300 miles, and let's face it, no one's going to do really over 300 miles in a day, so every night you could charge your car and it'll be ready for the next day. Now, another really cool thing is the key. It's actually designed like the car. I think that's really brilliant. It's all usable, so basically you press the middle button once and unlocks the car, press it twice, it locks it. If I press this bonnet, it will open up the bonnet. If I go around the back, press the boot, there you go, and it opens up the boot. So this car, there you go, look, same sort of car. And whilst the boot's open, let's have a look. So this boot is absolutely humongous. It's got like over 600 litres capacity, and I'm surprised for being a electric car how much space it has. This is some more storage underneath the boot where all your electrical wires are. Got more storage to the left and a little bit more storage to the right. But phenomenal boots. I think that's a great size. The seats do go down, which are 40-60 split. God knows how much you have to get in then. One thing I do know, if you do put the seats down, which I can't do right now, there is a little hump in the middle, so it may not be the easiest to slide things in. But yeah, great boot. Now, this does have electric closing lid for the boots. And if I take you to the front, it's called a fruit, which is a boot and a front mixed together. Now let's open this up. Oh. Open this up, and you got a whole nother boot in the front. Now look, it's just, you know, I just think this is absolutely brilliant. You've got storage in the rear, storage in the front, you've got no engine, you've got no gearbox, so, and everything which I'll mention in a minute, even when you're in the back seat, there's no hump in the middle. I really like this Tesla. It's not the biggest, but you can get some stuff in there. We'll put it this way, other cars don't even offer this, so loads of storage. Now, this car not having the engine, you don't really need a front grille. Yes, you do have just this line which goes across here, but there's no grille as such. Another cool feature is the doors are flushed in, if you can see right now. As soon as I come up to the door with the key, look at that, they pop out. How snazzy is that? Really like that. And when you go back here, if I lock the car, they just go back in. I think that's absolutely brilliant. When you open the door is pillarless, so it's got no metal frame around it, it's just the glass, and I think that's really a nice cool feature. Unfortunately, the back windows only go down to say 3/4, so some children may find that annoying. So you'll notice in the B pillars there are cameras. There's also cameras on the side bumpers. You've also got cameras here in the front and cameras to the rear. So this car literally just watches the whole world around it. But I'll tell you what's really cool. Say if I've locked the car at night and I'm in my house and someone's coming to try and steal my car, the good thing about these cameras, they will start recording the individual and it'll actually track him around to see what he's doing or where he's going around in the car. The lights will start flashing, so scared him away. And the good thing is the screen inside will display a message saying you are being recorded. So hopefully it'll stop a lot of people from stealing these cars. Now the one thing I'm not sure about, Tesla doesn't really change their cars or the way it designs if you go for a sporty spec. If you did go for the P100D, you just basically get bigger wheels. So between the 75D and the 90D and the P100D, it's not much difference. It's also the same for the new Model 3. You've got the standard range plus, you've got the long range and the performance range. Again, the difference is you just get bigger wheels. So guys, let's have a look inside. So inside, it's really nice. It's very simple. You haven't got loads of buttons everywhere. I love this big screen. To the rear, enough seats for 3 people. Let's jump in the front. So now a few things I've noticed from the inside. These window switches are actually from a Mercedes, and so is the gear lever. They've just been pulled out of a Mercedes. Steering wheel is really nice. It's got slightly a flat profile. Not many buttons on the steering wheel. Elon Musk's idea was going for simplicity, and I think he's really done it with the steering wheel. Also, the instrument cluster, again, very simple, very easy to read, and it just does the job. Now, another thing I want to talk about are these leather seats. So, guess what? They're not actually leather. They're vegan leather, or fake leather if we call it that. But you will never tell. The way that they feel, the fabric, the noise that it makes, they are exactly the same as real leather. And I think another good idea that Tesla have come up with, why not just use vegan leather? Can't tell the difference, but yet it saves the animals. Good thing is, to control your seats, you actually have buttons right here on your seat, so you don't actually have to go through the infotainment screen, because sometimes that can be a little bit tricky. Now before I jump into the rear, just want to show you what the rear looks like. Now being in the back of the car, it's actually a lot of space. I can fit 3 people in the back of it nice and easily. Got loads of headroom, which is really nice. Loads of knee space as well. The only thing I would say, because all the batteries run underneath this car, if I point downward, you'll see my knees are quite high up. So it's like you're kind of going somewhere with the knees in your face. And how I mentioned before, there's no hump in the middle, so the middle passenger won't get annoyed having to share the left and right's footwells. So one thing I noticed, guys, there's no door bins, so you can't put your bottles of waters or anywhere. You do have a glove box with no button, but the button is right here, so you just got to press this. How snazzy. So you've got a glove box here with a bit of storage. If you close that, and if you look down here, there's actually still a good amount of storage. I can push this back, and that's like to hold cups, but you can actually move them around. So if I just wanted it to be open, I can do. I can just pull it all the way back out, close that. Ooh, sounds like I broke something there. Got more storage down here, and down underneath here you've got like USB charging ports, 12-volt charging station, and 2 USB ports. In your center armrest, if you actually slide them back, you've got cup holders. So potentially 4 cup holders. I really like how the sun visors and the mirrors work. It's like a case for your iPhone. You can just like slide it half down and then all the way down. How brilliant is that? It's all magnetic. And another thing to add is the design of the seats. I think they're really sporty. I think they're like almost semi-bucket Recaro seats. Love them. I think they're really nice. Guys, I just want to add, I was just putting these back where they belong, and I realised this goes so far down. So that's actually a huge amount of storage. I don't know if you can actually see in there. No, you can't. But yeah, loads and loads of storage. So guys, this is where the fun starts. We're now going to go through the 17-inch, yes, 17-inch infotainment screen and check out all the features that it has. So you don't really have buttons for your climate control or your parking sensors or your wing mirrors. Really, you don't have any buttons besides the electrical buttons for your windows, a button for your hazard lights, which is a regulation by law, and a button to open up your glove box. Everything else is all in this system. So super cool. To control your climate control, you do have some buttons down here, so they're not that hidden away. Also to control your heated seats, which is really cool. But let's play around with it. So it's all touchscreen. I can press this up arrow and I can go to my camera so I can see what's behind me. I can see a traffic warden right there right now, as well as having a dual screen so I can listen to my music at the same time. I can go to phone, I can go to radio. You may want to... There's always time for Madonna, right? So you can click on karaoke. So karaoke means I can click on a song, I can click on little nods, and it'll start playing it and it'll read out the lyrics. So it's karaoke, it's called.
Which is, let's give it a go.
So how brilliant is that? I can actually now sing to the lyrics and listen to the music at the same time. It's a pretty useless feature, but if you've got a lot of people in the car and you've got a long drive, why not have some of these fun gimmicks? So I can also press this car button. When I press that, it's basically the home of the car. I can control all of its features. But the first page you come up to is quick controls. So I can control the exterior lights, interior lights. I can fold the mirrors if I want to. I can actually open up the boot, the front boot and the rear boot. Now this is slightly bit annoying. If you want to open up the rear boot, it's really easy. You've got a little latch that you can squeeze and the boot will open. To open up the front fruit, you either need the key in your hand or you need to come into the cockpit and then open the boot or the fruit from inside here. There's not actually a button from the outside. You can also control the brightness of your screen going left and right. You can also put an auto so that it does it for you. I can also click on suspension. So this has air suspension, so it's really good. If I'm going over a big curb, I can press a button. I can go to the ride height to be very high, or I can press low and it'll go low. And another feature I like, there's something here called creep. So what creep is, it's a funny name, but in most automatics, when you let go of the brake and you're in D, the car will start to roll forwards. So if you're in traffic, it's quite useful, but sometimes you may not want it. So if you don't want to be creeping up behind other cars, you just turn creep mode off. And I can't believe Tesla's gone through all of that to actually have that feature here. It's brilliant. Now I'm sure you must have heard this feature from other Tesla videos, but this car does have a thing called Autopilot, where it will basically, when you're on a motorway, it will steer for you, it will brake for you, it will keep a nice distance between the front car. Now there's another feature that you can upgrade to, which is about £5,800, and that will fully drive for you. You can actually put your address into your sat nav, and if you're coming up to a roundabout, it will take the left turning for you, it will take the right turning, or get back onto the motorway. And that's a really good feature where the car really will drive by itself. Now another cool feature this car has is something called Smart Summon. So a lot of these new cars nowadays are able to reverse out of its parking bay in a straight line so you can get into it very easily. This goes one further. What this does, it will track where you are. So I could be, you know, around the corner effectively, and as long as it's got a mobile phone on me, it will send a signal in between and the car will actually drive itself to where I am. Yes, it'll go left and right, it will reverse if it needs to, and it'll come right to where I am. Another thing which I forgot to mention, going back to the raised suspension, if you're driving over a big bump or if you're driving over a pothole, the car is so intelligent that it will remember where you have raised it. So the next time you go down that road with the big pothole, it will actually remember exactly where that issue is, and it will raise itself so you don't have to do it, and it'll go back down itself just after. One thing I really like, I can click on screen clean mode, which basically means anything I do right now, I can clean it and it's not going to touch or interfere, which is a really cool feature. Once I'm finished, press and hold. It's exiting in 3 seconds. And I go back to my menu, because let's face it, you do get loads of fingerprints on this screen. Now there's another button down here which is called software. Now this car is so cool. Every day or every week, it's automatically updating itself. So one day you could come into this car and there can be a whole new feature which you may not even be aware about. So, oh, and the thing is, you don't have to take it to a garage. It just does it all by itself over Wi-Fi or internet. Now if I click on this button down here, it will bring up a little small menu and I can click onto the web. Now this is brilliant. I've actually got full internet connectivity in this car, and I can go onto BBC iPlayer, I can watch some car videos. So in a long drive where your passengers are really bored, this is really entertaining, which is really cool. If I press that arrow again, I can go to entertainment. Now when I press entertainment, it brings up my Netflix or YouTube or Tesla tutorials. I bet Tesla are really happy with you guys watching that. So again, if you're waiting to pick someone up, why not put Netflix on? Now, just to point out, this only works when you are in park. So if you're driving, it won't work, which is better for everyone, really. I'll go back to pressing the up arrow. I can click on Toy Box. Now, this is where you can tell Tesla's thought about the future and children in mind and long drives. This has got really cool, snazzy little bits I can play with. First of all, I can hit this fire log. I don't know if you can hear it. It's actually a picture of a real fire. You've got all the crackling of the wood logs burning away. It's now starting to waft warm air towards me. So it's like I'm at home. I don't actually have a fireplace at home, but it's like being at home with a fireplace. So that's one feature. Anyway, that does that. How brilliant is that? So go back to the up arrow, hit Toy Box again. Now I can press the Mars. So this is Mars, guys. So if I'm bored again, I'm waiting for someone, I can actually pinch a screen. I can have a look at Mars. Again, it's pretty useless. I don't know why you're going to use it, but nonetheless, it's a really cool feature to have. Press up arrow again, go back to Toy Box. Now, this is my personal favourite. Press a fart cushion. Now, each seat can make a farting sound. So if you've got some friends you're picking up and you want to make them laugh, change it to the back. Did you just hear that? Or driver's seat. Now I can even change the sound. Boring fart. Falcon heavy. I can even go to it gets even better. So I can actually press this button here, so as soon as I hit my indicator, it will fart. So people who are in a car are going to think, what the hell's going on? As soon as I indicate, I'm letting one go. That is brilliant. So let's close that. Hit that up arrow again, go back to Toy Box. I can press this little reindeer. And a mode comes up saying, do you want to go into Santa mode? Which is ho, ho, ho. You press ho, ho, ho. And now it plays all the Christmas songs and just makes it a little bit more Christmassy. But let's turn that one off. Now I can press the up menu again, click on Toy Box again. And I can now also click on this video console. Now when I click on this, I've got loads of games to play in this car. So let's just say, for example, I want to play Beach Buggy. I press it, I press play game. It goes all into play mode. And guess what? The best thing to control all of this racing, I'm going to be using my steering wheel. So I'm going to wait for it to load.
Still loading. I might cut this out because it's still loading, but...
And now it's loaded, I can say one player. I'm going to choose this guy here, continue. Let's go here. Let's go for chill. Ready for this. So again, I'm waiting for my friend. They're probably getting a haircut or whatever. So let's play a game. And now guys, look, I'm actually driving in this game. What? Oh, and I've just crashed. But how brilliant is this? And the funny thing is, when I turn the steering wheel, the actual steering wheel outside is actually turning, so it gives you some real driving feel. So let's actually try and do this. Right, I'm going to actually try and concentrate.
Not bad. How to speed up? Well, there you go, got some boost. Way. I'm doing okay.
Right, guys, so anyway, I can cancel that, quit this, quit the games again. Now I could actually go and play. There's loads of different games, so we have to go through this, but I can go on playing chess even. Now, I actually don't know how to play chess, but I'm sure. So, driver is playing. Told you I don't know how to play it, but anyway, it's got loads of games in here. It's just basically not And infotainment is an entertainment system. It just keeps you busy and occupied. If I go back to satellite navigation, I can zoom in, and which I've mentioned already. But if you zoom in even further, you'll see there's very red electrical point and not so red electrical points. What that basically means, based on how much miles range I've got left in this car, these ones highlighted in red will actually show how far I can get to. The ones which are not highlighted in a bright red, I basically can't make it there. Another really cool thing is Tesla's brought out a new charger, which is a supercharger, which is called V3, and it means you can just charge your car really quick. You can actually get 75 miles range in 5 minutes, meaning you could have this car fully charged within about 25 minutes, half an hour tops. Another thing I really like is this all glass sunroof. Now it goes all the way to the back and all the way to the front. And it just lets in so much light. It actually feels like you are outside. And the good thing is, it will protect you from any of the sun rays or any damage that it can cause, up to 99%. So it relatively stays nice and cool in this cabin. Now I'm really surprised. The more time I'm spending with this car, the more I'm actually falling in love with it. I never realised I would actually like electrical cars that well. But the way that this car puts the power down with the four-wheel drive system, and it's got over 300 miles range, it is just brilliant. And the best part about it, it's not burning any fuel, it's really environmentally friendly, it's very economical, no emissions. So Elon Musk, you're going the right way. And if you are a frequent driver into London, this car is just for you, because it's got no emissions, you don't pay any congestion charge, you don't pay any ULEZ charge, so on a daily rate that's a saving of £24.50. There's also another benefit. If you are looking to buy this car brand new, you can get a grant from the government, which is called the plug-in grant, and it means that they will contribute £3,500 to this car if you buy it brand new. So guys, that brings us to the end of my review. I hope you really liked it. Like I said, I'm really lucky to actually have this car on my channel and to give it a drive. It's diabolically fast. I mean, this is competition for all the supercars. I mean, this goes 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. You can get the newer range, where it's the performance one, and that will get you 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. I mean, that's like Pagani level. But yeah, like I said, love this car. You can pick them up on the road now, second-hand, from about £52,000. Obviously brand new, they are going from £77,000 all the way up to £93,000 if you want the sports package. But overall, great car for me. If you are looking for an electric car, I'd go out and get one, because let's face it, you can't get any better than this. But I hope you did like the video, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button so you'll be notified for new videos, smash the likes button if you do like it, and don't forget to follow me at Bobby Drives on Insta. See you later.